Hi friends, welcome to TRENDRIDER channel supported by Time. Today we are going to do the technical analysis for Canara Bank. Canara Bank, this is CANBK is the ticker name, and you are watching the monthly technical chart of the stock. And this is the historical price chart, and each candle represents 1 month. These are all the technical indicators and the respective graphs generated for the stock to do the technical analysis. Now, if you look at the path pattern of the stock has reached its peak price in November 2010, and that time it was trading nearly at 831 rupees. Now today the stock is trading at 387. Okay, nearly 500 rupees, more than 500 plus difference, less than its previous peak price. Okay, after reaching the peak price, the stock started moving down, and it came under the influence of negative super trend mode for 2 times. And right now in April 2017, it entered the positive super trend phase, and it started moving in the upward direction. You can clearly see that. If I take November 2016 onwards, you can clearly see that this is a new high, this is another new high, and right now the stock is in another consolidation phase. But it is quite sure that just entering into a positive super trend phase itself doesn't make any stock go up. Second thing is, like, it needs so many other critical parameter support to push itself in the upward direction. And third thing is, it needs to have a consistent path pattern, which will definitely support it when it comes to the price rise. So many other factors apart from these three other factors also there, which should support the stock to move in the upward direction. So at this moment we will check whether whatever technical indicators we are using here, whether those indicators are showing that the stock, the critical parameters what we are using here, what are required for this particular stock to move in the upward direction, are at the benchmark level or not. Okay, now the stock has already crossed its 50-day moving average, and it crossed its 20-day moving average also. Very good. And stock is right now under the positive super trend mode. Okay, good. And relative strength of the stock is low. It is average right now. It is above the midpoint and below the 80 line. And but if you look at the movement of the stock, the tip of the curve, it is looking in the downward direction, so which is not good. And directional strength of the stock is okay, is at a very low level, and both the positive and negative direction lines are making some space between them, but I think both are converging. And the direction strength is itself is overall direction strength is at a very low level. And stochastics, we can clearly see that both lines are playing below the midpoint, which is bad. And but the positive thing is there is a trend reversal. You see, the first line just now crossed the slow line, and both lines are diverging, but it is it is at a very initial phase right now. This is not in sync with the negative trend that is going on here. So if this trend, if stochastics, whatever positive trend it is showing, if this stochastic trend increases, the strength of this stochastic increases, then there is a chance that after this consolidation phase, again the stock may move in the upward direction. That sort of signal this stochastics is showing right now. So we need to see, just now, right now it is not possible to guesstimate actually whether that sort of thing is going to happen or not, because the values are at very low level. But after a few days we will come back to the stock, then we will decide based on the values, whether that sort of trend is possible or not, if still that consolidation phase will continue even that time. Okay, so that is the thing. And if you look at the momentum is just playing on top of the baseline. And if you look at the tip of the momentum, it is looking in the downward direction. Momentum is almost nil. That's what you can say. Price volume is slowly increasing, and balance of power and LRA both are not in sync with each other. Why? Because the balance of power is showing that the stock is in bearish phase, whereas LRA is showing that the stock is still in bullish phase, but the bearish phase is rising. That's what it is showing. And Quebec curve is lacking strength, and it is clearly going down. But right now it is showing that the stock is in buy zone. So most of the indicators, most of the guiding points of the indicators are showing, throwing almost medium to negative signals, which are not conducive with the stock's price rise. That's what I can say. and whatever values are in the positive side, they are not up to the benchmark level, and they are at a very average level and below average level. So I don't think the stock is getting much support from all the directions. And if you look at the path pattern is quite zigzag actually. See, after moving for making a new high here, this is new high one, this is new high two, and after that it made a sideways movement here, and again, and third, this is a zigzag kind of thing. Actually, it's not even a sideways momentum. It's like a zigzag kind of. It's a random moment. Okay, that's what you can say. And after that, again, it made a new high, and suddenly it went for a consolidation. The point is whether this particular thing will continue, whether this pattern will continue, whether the stock will follow its historical means. I mean, this particular phase path pattern in its next moment. That is the question. Why? Because if you look at the overall path pattern of the stock, it is like quite zigzag. I mean, the stock is not following any historical path pattern. It is simply like, at any point of time, based on the demand or based on the pulse, it gets from across the 360-degree directions. So it is just behaving. It's just moving in that way. So suddenly the stock is going down. Suddenly it is picking up. Suddenly it is again, making new lows. So that sort of thing is happening. There are so many peaks, so many valleys. So this is the trend of the stock. So right now, because it is in the consolidation phase, we need to see what is the next movement of the stock before we take any conclusion, before we come to any conclusion on this particular stock. As for me, the stock at this moment is good for short-term trading. That is conclusion my analysis. At this moment, it is better not to consider the stock for medium or long-term investments. We will come back to the stock later after a few days, and based on new points, we will redo the analysis. But until then, it is good. The stock is good for short-term trading. This is the conclusion. Okay, guys, if you like this analysis, please like this video and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.